can, Mrs. Grayshaw, but as I say, the bone is just too badly shattered.
No. No.
Don't cry, Mum. For God's sake, don't start crying.
But it's cruel. So cruel.
Surgically speaking, we can do a lot these days, but we're a long way off miracles, I'm afraid.
But why my son? Why Alex?
Doctor, will I have to lose the foot?
Oh no, Alex, no.
Mum, I have to know. This is my career we're talking about here. If I'm ever to walk on that pitch again and score another goal, I have to know. Do you understand that?
We won't give up. We must fight it. We have to fight it.
Mrs. Grayshaw, you're only making things worse for your son. Nurse? Just look at these x-rays, woman. They speak for themselves. There's massive damage to the foot. I'm going to have to operate immediately. I'm going to remove the temporary plaster cast and amputate just above the ankle.
What is it saying? Prim, what the hell is it saying now? Amputate his uncle? Is that what I heard?
I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Amputate his uncle? And what was that one laughing at? Does anybody know? You understand all this? You're supposed to be the engineer. Enlighten me, please.
Sounds like a random AU subrogation to me.
In English, s'il vous plaît?
It's replacing its A's with U's, that's all.
Is it?
Just occasionally, it's a vowel problem.
Oh, that's all I need. A leading actor with vowel problems. It's A's with its U's.
That's all.
Well, we better keep it away from the fax machine then, don't we?
It's not the signal, it's internal somewhere. Chance, we have to do something. This is getting steadily worse.
So why doesn't she fix it?
It's internal. I'm a technician, not a cyber surgeon.
Useless tin hunks of...
Don't hit it!
And what's the matter with this nurse?
Nothing!
It was laughing its head off.
Yes, I noticed that.
Well, that I can't explain, but it is certainly nothing to do with me. Right, shall we take that one again then? I've taken us back too long.
Come on then, come on people. We're 2 hours behind.
37 minutes.
Well, let's roll it then, monsters. And Prim, can you give me more tears from the mother, please? The woman is supposed to be heartbroken. Her little pride and joy is about to lose his foot. She sounds like someone with mild hay fever.
Check! I didn't want to make it gross, that's all.
Gross? Since when did we worry about gross? Gross is what they want out there. The grossest story ever told. 16 million viewers can't be wrong. 14? I thought we were 16. Since when are we 14?
Since last week.
Why am I the last to hear this? I am the director. Why am I not told these things?
Because you never read anything I put in front of you.
What's a fax machine?
A fax machine. You've never heard of a fax machine?
Chance, nobody has heard of a fax machine. They went out years ago.
So what? The age of steam is also dead, but I've still heard of a steam engine. Despite genetically engineered self-levelling grass seed, I've still heard of a lawnmower.
All right. Could we get on, please? We're now 39 minutes behind.
All right. Arse is in gear and action. Hold it. What do you mean I never read anything?
Well, I forward you the emails. You ignore them. You delete them.
I only delete irrelevancies.
I'll bet you don't even know that Mrs. Pepperbloom is coming today.
Carla Pepperbloom.
Yes.
The Black Death is coming here.
Ooh, any moment.
Shit. What does she want?
Oh, she didn't say.
Shit. She didn't say what for?
No.
Shit. It's about the 14 million, it has to be.
If we don't finish this episode, it'll be 8 million.
Oh, who cares? Show them an old episode, they'll never notice, they're all subnormal anyway.
Would you not say that, please? That is offensive.
Low IQ TV, specially produced for people who can't work the remote.
Probably.
All right, people, let's go to work. And action.
Just look at these x-rays, woman. They speak for themselves. There's massive damage to the foot. I'm going to have to operate immediately. I'm going to remove the temporary plaster cast and amputate just above the ankle.
By Jove, he's got it.
I can't bear it. I just can't bear it.
She's a pain in the arse, this woman. Are we planning to kill her off sometime soon?
Certainly not. She's our most popular character.
Figures, they always are the ones I loathe.
I just don't know what to say anymore, Mrs. Grayshaw.
Don't say anything, Doc. Quit while you're ahead. Oh, hell, this is depressing. Give the mother more tears. More tears, please.
I've already given her.
More tears. Who's directing this?
All right. We're gonna get emails again.
Delete them.
Don't turn away, Mother. You can't hide your tears from me.
There have been amazing advances in prosthetic surgery in
I don't know what you're complaining about. At least we can't hear the doctor anymore.
these days. And the foot, the whole arm can be replaced.
Damn nurse is laughing again. What's the matter with it?
Don't you know? I cannot face any more of those emails.
Needless to say, a lot of it is due to the immense strides we've made in the field of Android development in the last few decades. Take a hand, for instance, an Android's hand. It's no different from one's own. They feel the same to the touch and are designed with equivalent humanoid movement, with all the flexibility you'd expect from a human hand. Finger muscles, wrist action, virtually indistinguishable from the real thing. Only about 50 times stronger. Let's not forget that,
This
shall
man
we?
could bore for Britain, do you know that?
Looked at in the long term and on the positive side, your son's new foot will actually outlive the rest of him for several decades.
Chance.
What? Mrs. Pepperbloom, by all that's glorious, good morning to you.
And good morning, Chandler. Please don't let us interrupt you.
Not at all. Any interruption is most welcome. Prim, can you turn the volume down? Monitor on headset.
If I must.
Good morning, Prim.
Good morning, Mrs. Pepperbloom.
I see you're as passionately involved in programme making as ever, Chandler.
Art needs room, Carla. It requires space. He doesn't want a director crowding it. He needs to stand back.
Well, don't stand too far back, will you? You might fall off altogether.
Oh my word, perish the thought.
Oh, this is Adam, whom I mentioned in my email.
Yes, of course, how nice.
How do you do, sir? It's a very great
A new
honour.
young executive accountant, no doubt, come to advise us humble artists on programme making. Adam who?
Adam Trainsmith, as I mentioned.
Trainsmith.
Hmm.
Trainsmith?
Lester's nephew.
You're Lester Trainsmith's nephew.
Yes, sir.
What the hell is he doing here, Carla?
I explained it all in my email, Chandler.
I asked to come.
Here.
Yes.
Why?
To meet you. As I say, after Hal Roche and Preston Sturgis, you're my absolute favourite.
Is this about the figures? Is that what this is about?
Figures?
The audience figures. Is that why you're here?
Sorry?
Has he come to take over or what? Come on, kid. Sit down. Take my chair. What the hell? They're bringing him out of the playpen, but any fool can direct these days.
Chandler!
Could you just keep it down a little, please? Look, I know that they're only actoids, but they've still got to concentrate here.
Sorry.
Chandler, Adam is here because he's a great admirer of your work, apparently.
An
God
admirer.
knows why.
An admirer
Oh, yes, sir.
of Hospital Hearts.
Yes. But no. It's your early work, your movies. I study them. I learn from them. Your shots, your angles, your wonderful sense of comedic timing.
All right, okay, terrific. So you dig up the dead, do you? What are you, some kind of grave digger? Get this wannabe necromancer out of here. I've got a programme to make.
I'm sorry, Adam, darling. I didn't warn you he was full of old world charm, didn't I?
What did I say?
You reminded him
Of what?
the past.
Oh, he's such an innocent, and isn't he too lovely?
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was forgetting he's not quite your type, is he? Well, I must dash, Adam, darling, but I will be back. I won't be long, because I promised your uncle on pain of death that I would take good care of him.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be all...
Goodbye. Au revoir, everybody. Bye. Oh, Chandler, I see that the viewing figures have dropped dramatically. I know we're only minor league here, but 12 million is really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Here it comes.
We'll have to do something about it. You can't fall any further. And if you move you sideways, you'll be out of the building.
Can you turn the volume up a little, please, Prim? I can't hear properly. There's someone talking over the programme.
Just
Totally unprofessional.
credits.
Now listen, old chap, I've been a surgeon here for longer than I care to remember, and I haven't lost a patient yet, and I'll be damned if you're going to ruin that record. All right, let's get that right, shall we? This is a straightforward, run-of-the-mill apparition.
I just don't believe it.
Should we take it again?
No, remix the music over the top. Drown him out, who cares?
We can't do that. That was important plot.
What plot? Drown him out.
All right.
What did he say there?
And did you see that nurse? It was at it again, laughing.
Yes, I know. I know.
We weren't on the nurse, we were tight on the doctor.
Did he say apparition?
Next break we have, I want that doctor booked in for cyber surgery. I don't care about the waiting lists. I am not working with it again in that condition. If they won't fix it, I'm writing the doctor out.
All right, Chance. I will do my very best, but we do have
I
very
know,
low...
I don't care though. Make it so, helmsman. Sorry, you wanted to see me.
Yes, I just wanted to ask.
Treat the place as your own. I will be back.
Oh, right, it's just I wanted to ask.
Ask Prim. Prim is a treasure. She'll tell you.
Oh, right.
Trudy,
Yes, Chan?
get that nurse on the bench, will you?
Yes, Chance.
It's just that I wanted to. Where's he?
Little liquid refreshment.
Oh,
Thirsty work
Chan.
directing. Don't follow him, he prefers to drink alone.
Oh.
I put the doctor on diagnostic again.
It's something internal. I adjusted for AU, and then it goes and starts with AO that time.
There'll be something in the speech processor.
These are awfully impressive, aren't they? Oh, it's simply amazing.
Never seen one up close?
No, not in the skin, as it were. So it's simply amazing.
Not all that amazing, unfortunately. Are we on manual?
I'm switching to manual now.
Alright, come on, follow me this way, Doc. You too.
Should I, I wonder what she found so funny, eh?
How long have you been with Carla?
What?
How long have you been with her?
Oh, only a few hours. She picked me up at the airport yesterday. We're here today.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not together then. Oh,
No.
sorry.
No, God's no.
I think we just probably all assumed that you were her latest, yeah, she does seem to be claiming ownership anyway.
Yes, she was doing that in the car on the way over. Actually embarrassing. The driver had to pull the screen.
She has quite the reputation.
She does.
The Pepper Bloom babes. Well, she gets older and they get younger. I'm sorry if that sounds bitchy, but it's a fact.
Oh, I guess I'll just have to wipe her off, eh?
Yeah. Just be careful how you say no to her, that's all. She doesn't like it.
Left the doctor on diagnostic. Sit, nursey.
So Lester Trainsmith's your uncle?
That's right, yes.
That must make you considerably rich.
No, that makes my uncle considerably rich. I come from the poorer end of the family. At least, poorer by comparison to Uncle Lester.
Like everyone else, you mean?
Oh,
What are you doing here?
I'm a writer.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yes, I simply admire Chandler Tate. I think he's just the most amazing director.
Really?
Don't you?
Well, he might have been once, I suppose, but
Oh,
then...
so some of his movies are absolute classics.
Are they?
Have you seen them?
No.
Oh, I think everyone who works in film should, as part of their education.
We're in television.
What's the difference?
He wants to know what's the difference. Look around you, that's the difference. This isn't even television, this is local television.
It's not even local television, it's branch line.
Oh, I don't know. It all looks very professional. The cameras, the actoids.
50 years old. You need a diploma in archaeology to work it.
Adam, I don't know why you think you're here. This is where you come to end your career, not to launch it.
Oh, I don't see it that way at all.
Lunch then?
Might as well. Do you want to join us?
No, I better wait for Chandler. He said he might be back.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it if I were you. PM, not his strongest time of day.
Oh, I better wait, though. Don't want to seem rude.
All right, suit yourself. Look around, and if you like all of his old stuff, it's probably on this. Do you know how to work this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Incidentally, don't call him Chandler. He hates it.
All right.
Yep, he much prefers chance.
Oh, as in Lucky Chance.
As in positively his last.
Oh.
It should be fine. If it starts whistling, pull its plug out.
Right.
Where shall we eat today? Oh, surprise me.
What's he got on here? Ooh. Ooh, he's got this. Excellent. Oh my God, you're alive! I mean, you're live. Are you supposed to be live?
I'd like to, yes.
Well, yes, are you supposed to be? I was told to unplug you if you started whistling.
Then I promise not to whistle. Who's this?
Keaton.
Who?
He was a big comedian back in the 1920s. I said, are we conversing?
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
I'm listening. You're talking.
And is that normal?
It is for an axoid. Axoids always need to talk. Unless they're Buster Keaton.
And do you have a name?
Oh yes. My name is Bridget Bonny. Nurse Bridget Bonny.
No, that's the name of your character, surely.
That's right. I'm 24 years old and I was born in Huddersfield, Yorkshire.
No. What I'm looking for is your name. You must have one.
Oh, you mean the name I was made with?
Yes.
It's JCF31333.
JC. What a pretty name. May I call you JC?
If you wish.
I'm Adam.
Yes, I know, I heard.
Tell me, JC, what did you find funny at the end there? Did you find something amusing?
Yes, I did. I think I have a fault.
Not necessarily. You laughed at Keaton, too.
Oh, yes. He was funny in a different way. The little look he gave.
The look. Oh, you mean the take?
Take?
The double take. It's a semi-demi, minuscule take. But then at the other end of the scale, we've got somebody like James Finlayson. Finlayson was famous for Lauren Hardy films. You know the Lauren? No. Right. Well, anyway, Finlayson used to do these bold, massive takes where he'd literally lift himself off the ground, like this. Whoa! But silent, obviously. Now, I tell you, I'll teach you. All right? Now, imagine you're reading a book. All right?
I'm reading a book.
And I come into the room. You're aware it's me, so you look up and you see me. Okay? But your book is so interesting that you go straight back to it. What you don't know is I'm covered in mud. I'm covered from head to toe in slimy mud, because I've fallen in a big slimy puddle outside. As you look back at your book, the image of me registers in your brain, and you look back at me, this time amazed. Very good. Right, let's do the whole thing. You're reading your book, here I come, covered in mud.
Hello, dear. Is it raining?
Very good. Very good. Well, we'll make a comedian of you yet. Whoops. No? Oh, well. Next time, custard pies.
Custard pie? Is that funny?
In the right hands, yes. It's basically a plate, flat, covered in custard, or more usually cream. And when somebody annoys you, or gets up your nose, you take it and you push it into their face and twist it, so that it,
Gets up their nose.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's funny.
It's more of a visual gag.
Custard pie. Yes. I suppose that could be funny.
Now, I'm afraid there's also some bad news, Alex.
What is it, Doctor? Is it my foot?
No, as I say, the foot's a runaway success. We'll have you chasing around in a matter of weeks. No, I'm afraid it's something rather more serious than that. I'm afraid it's your mother, Alex. I'm afraid, well, to put it absolutely bluntly, I'm afraid she's dead.
Hooray!
I'm not going to like this chance.
In the car park, an ambulance on a mercy mission. It was very quick.
Oh, soddy.
You've had nothing. I'm so very sorry.
We'll put some big strings in here, music of some sort.
We'll be down to 5 million by the weekend.
Now then, let's have a look at those stitches, shall we? See how they're healing. Pull back his back, those, will you, nurse?
Can we close on the boy, Trudy?
Yeah, I got it.
More tears from that arsehole, Prim.
All right, all right.
Good, yes, that's good. That's good. Yeah. What the hell is that noise doing? Hold it, stop Have you got no control over these things at all, Prim? You're supposed to be the programmer, what are you playing at?
That wasn't me. It wasn't me.
The nurse doing takes like Zero Mistel on speed. A programmer who doesn't know how to do a job properly.
Actually, I think that one might have been
You shut up. No wonder this place is going downhill. I'm surrounded by incompetence everywhere I turn.
Look, I'm not the one who changes a successful storyline just for the hell of it.
That is
Who
called.
cuts out characters just because they're popular?
That is called artistic choice. Not that you know anything about that.
If it wasn't for people like Trudy and me, you'd have been out on the street years ago. You come in drunk, you shout, you swear, you expect everything to happen as if by magic, and you never even bother to say thank you.
All right then. Thanks for nothing. How about that?
You drunken pig. I don't have to put up with this. I have qualifications, which is more than some people have.
Well, piss off then and take your qualifications with you.
Right, that's it. Run the programme on your own then and see how you get on. Come on.
Sometimes you go too far, Chance. You really do.
I actually think that one might have been my fault.
I used to make movies, you know.
Oh, I know. I'm a big fan.
Back in those days, I had this vast crew. Carpenters, cameramen, gaffers, electricians, best boys, you name it, they were all there. Assistant directors, hundreds of assistant directors. And I'd come on the set and it would be like God had arrived, you know?
Oh, I can imagine.
And there'd be this silence while they all waited for me to speak. And I'd say, I never raised my voice on the set. I didn't need to. People listened. They wanted to listen. Even the actors, they wanted to learn. And I'd say, okay, people, let's go to work. And they'd mark the scene and I'd say, action.
Now then, let's have a look at that.
Alex, to hell.
Rather healthy indeed. No worries here.
What did you do?
I don't know. I think I must have pressed the fire alarm or something. What was I saying?
You in the studio.
Oh, yeah. Now look at me. Where am I? Mechanical actors and an entire technical department of two bull-breaking shrews. They're a pair, did you gather?
Oh, yes, I rather gathered. But I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that. Except there's nothing in it for me. I never could really warm to a woman when there's clearly nothing in it for me, you know? Otherwise, there has to be a promise of at least something, or what's the point? I tried to make it with Prim once, you know.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, before I knew she was with Trudy. She gave me this lecture about dignity, respecting her dignity. I didn't do anything, you understand? I just said to her, you got terrific tits, how about it? Anyway, so she gave me this lecture. When I was in the studio, the makeup girls, they were killing 9 deep, you know, to make it with me.
Heavens.
Yeah, still, that was then. This is now, right?
Dead right.
Something to do with age, I suppose. Did you ever see any of my movies?
Oh, I'm a big fan, absolutely.
Did you ever see The Passionate Playboy?
Oh, The Passionate Playboy is one of my
Some
absolute...
of the best comic playing ever, on screen or off screen.
Oh, I quite agree.
And you know the most interesting part? It's that last shot where she comes back to him. Do you remember the last
All
shot?
in one take.
All in one take. Did you ever see that movie?
I've seen it 23 times so far.
You need to have seen the movie to appreciate it. Of course, they're all dead now. All in one take. Did you see that thing over there just now? I swear it did a take, A good old-fashioned double take. It looked like he'd been watching too much James Finlayson. Do you know what I mean by James
Yes.
Finlay? An old vaudeville actor, before your time. Anyway, it looked like he was doing a take like he used to do.
I thought of the take
When did you do that?
at lunch.
You've got to understand about these things. You do something, they copy you. You undo your zip to scratch yourself, you find the doctor's doing it in the next scene. They're completely undiscriminating. They're like jackdaws. They see something, they hear something, they pick it up, they use it. They're recording machines on legs. That's all they are.
I think that one might be rather more than that.
That one, no, it's just the same as all the others. They're all identical. They're different shapes and sizes, but they all operate the same. They're actoids.
I think that one might be rather more. She sees something funny and she laughs.
They all laugh. It's part of the programming.
Oh. Well, no. I think she laughs spontaneously. Give it a try. JC. She told me that was her name. JC something 333.
No, that's its registration number. It just told you its number.
Oh.
JC, that stands for juvenile character. Probably F for female, and then its number. It has no sense of humour. How can a machine have a sense of humour?
She really does, honestly. Try telling her a joke.
You want me to tell it a joke?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. I say. What's the secret of good comedy?
I don't know. What is the secret?
Timing! There you are. See, what did I tell you? It didn't laugh.
It is a very old joke.
You expect me to waste a new joke on a machine? What are you doing here anyway? What are you, sleeping with Carla, her entree for the week?
No, I'm really
What
not.
are you, her packed lunch?
No. I'm a writer.
You want to write soap? Well, you're out of luck then, because these things are the writers these days. Their characters are pre-programmed. You give them a subject, away they go. The only disappointing disadvantage is that the whole process bypasses even the smallest, most insignificant scrap of creative achievement. It's no longer a dying art, boy. It's dead. Sail away now. Save your soul.
I don't want to write soaps.
You don't.
No. I want to write comedy.
Comedy.
Yes, real comedy. The way it used to be made. The way that you used to make it.
Sonny boy, didn't anybody tell you?
What?
That stuff's seriously dead. You think these things can produce comedy? You're joking. They can do funny things if you tell them, but that's not comedy. That's just being funny. But comedy, you want to know about comedy?
Oh, more than anything in the world.
Comedy is two things. First, it's surprise. You're like a magician. They're expecting this, and you give them that. Yeah? The great Oliver Hardy. He's a chimney sweep sitting in a fireplace. The whole fireplace is collapsing down around him. Bricks showering down on his head. He just sits there, letting it happen. It stops. He looks at us. Can this be happening to me? He looks up the chimney one last time, appealing to heaven. A final brick hits him in the face. We know it's going to happen, but we don't know how it's going to happen, or more importantly, when it's going to happen. That's comedy. Now, that double take you taught it, that's just a basic double take. You can't use that anymore.
Oh, I know.
Everyone knows.
Oh, no, I was only trying to...
What you have to do is look for variation. I love this one. I'm in here working on my own. Suddenly, you come into the room. I don't know, something's happened to you. You're
Covered in mud?
Yeah, that'll do. So, you just come in and stand there. Watch this. It's laughing.
I told you so.
What is it laughing at? What are you laughing for?
I took...
It can't be possible. It's a flaw. It's a fault. These things are full of glitches. They're always breaking down. What the hell is it laughing for God's sake?
I told you, she sees something funny and she laughs.
Not she. It. It's an it. It's a dishwasher. It's a floor polisher. It's a tumble dryer.
No, I'd like to try and write something for her. It. In between scenes when you're not using her, obviously. If there's any possibility. Isn't this how you got started? Someone gave you a chance?
You've been here 20 minutes, you cheeky bastard.
If it turns out to be any good, would you like to direct?
I don't believe it. Who the hell do you think you are coming in here like this?
I'm a trainsmith. We're an ambitious family.
You do it at your own expense, in your own time, all right?
Absolutely.
Don't take advantage of my staff. They work their butts off as it is.
Thank you, Mr. Tate. Thank you.
Chance. Call me Chance.
Thank you.
I think I've just been conned. I better go and get those people back. Apologise to them again.
Has it happened before?
About once a week.
Oh.
I'll surprise them this time. I'll cover myself in mud.
Chance. You said comedy was two things. Surprise and... What was the other thing?
Anger.
Did you hear that?
Yes,
We're in. We're on. We're going to do it.
yes,
Are you excited?
yes, I'm excited.
Then get excited! Oh, I knew he would. He's a rebel, you see. When my uncle's studio took over, he was still making quality movies, but he went over budget. That's his big scene, you see. He upset the accountants. So they moved him sideways and sideways, and this is where he's ended up. One of the 4 great directors of all time. I think it's a crime, don't you?
I think you're both similar.
Yes? Really?
You live for your dreams.
Oh, absolutely. Really?
I read somewhere that dreams are merely the glimpses of reality we could all share if only we had the courage.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We can find that courage together, can't we?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's such an exciting dream, David.
David? Who's David? I'm Adam.
Sorry?
Where's that music coming from?
Me. It was intended at one time that we provide our own background music, but the unions objected.
Oh,
It's never used.
except...
Sometimes, when I produce strong emotions, fear, sadness, anger, it sort of wells up inside me and I can't control it. I think I have a fault.
I'm beginning to love your faults.
Here I am at last, darling. Sorry I've been so long. I just hate those downsizing meetings, all those tears and recriminations. Why can't people just accept they're not wanted anymore? Bleating on about their pensions. Are you ready? Because I thought we'd do something really exciting tonight. I've commandeered Esther's jet. I took your name in vain and said you were dying to see the Paris operation. We'll be there in time for dinner. And then I thought tomorrow morning I would take you to see all the...
Actually, Carla, I think I'm going to be staying on here.
What?
Well, you see, I've just been promised the use of this studio.
You've been promised the use of the studio by whom?
Well, by Chandler. Mr. Tate.
Charles Tate is an employee of this company. He can't offer you the use of the studio. How can he offer the use of the studio? How dare he offer the use of the studio? What are you going to do it anyway? War and peace or something?
No, just something fairly simple. Something I'm writing.
Adam, dear, I think you need to learn the facts of modern television. This is not how you go about it. If you wish to make a programme, the first thing you do is submit your idea in writing to the storyline department. If they approve it, they will pass it on to the script department. Now, this can take 6 months because storyline have a huge backlog. In their turn, the script department will look at it, and if they're enthusiastic, and that can take another 6 months because they also have a huge backlog, they will contact you and suggest that you develop your idea into what we call a PFS, a primary full synopsis. Now, this, unfortunately, is unpaid, and there is no guarantee at the end of it that your idea will go forward. But supposing, and that's a big but, because the competition is fierce, supposing it's approved, then you will be asked to meet with a writer who will go through your synopsis with you, and if he's happy and it goes well, then you will receive a down payment commission, your first draft. Now, scripts can go to 4 or 5 drafts, usually more. Now, this whole process can take up to 2 years. But if at the end of it we find an interested director, your piece might actually be made. But I must warn you, for every 100 scripts submitted, only 15 are made, of these 4 or 5 are shelved before transmission. And if your piece is shelved, then you will not receive your full and final fee. Welcome to modern television, Adam.
Well, in which case, I think I stand a better chance staying here.
You stand no chance at all, because I won't allow it.
Why not?
I am overall regional director, Adam, and things are done my way. And I don't care if you're the chairman's bloody mistress. You can toe the line like everybody else. Now, are you coming?
In which case, I might have to go over your head.
I must say, Adam, I'm very upset about this.
I might phone my uncle.
You'd involve Lester Trainsmith in this?
Absolutely. We haven't spoken for 20 years, but I'm sure he has my best interests at heart.
You're a pushy little bastard, aren't you?
Only when I'm pushed.
And what is this programme anyway?
Oh, something I'm writing for JC.
Who?
JC 333.
Who the hell is JC 333?
Me.
You're writing for that?
Yes.
It's an actoid, Adam. You can't write a special for an actoid. They're only used in bit parts and for tiny little parts. You can't put them in a proper programme.
Oh, you see, Chandler and I thought that...
Rubbish! What's it ever done, for God's sakes?
I've appeared in some of the most successful daytime serials ever produced by this network. In The Market Girls, I played
Shut up.
the fun-loving teen
Now,
who sadly drowned herself while potting
Will you shut up? Will you shut it up?
I don't know how to make it quiet.
Bloody machine! I've got to shut it. I'm going to shut her up. There! And you're proposing to work with that, Adam?
Yes.
I thought that we had an understanding. I'm very, very disappointed in you. Very, very upset and hurt. I thought that we were going to... You know, I went to an awful lot of trouble arranging this evening. That restaurant has got a 3-month waiting list.
Well, maybe you should have consulted me first. You know,
I don't ask, Adam. I take. And nobody says no. I don't care if you want to make a bloody fool of yourself. You are not making a fool of me, understand? And as for you, I'll have you melted down. You ugly little actoid.
What have you said to her, Adam?
I'm afraid I said no.
Oh, she won't like that.
She's a dangerous enemy, boy. Don't get on her dark side. And that includes you, 333. Okay, people. Let's go to work.
Yes, sir.
Mother, quickly, give me a hand.
What's the matter, Father? What's happened?
I don't know for certain. I found it lying back side of the road. Maybe in it and run. Come on, let's get her on to bed. There you go, lass.
She doesn't look right.
She's not right. We may need to fetch doctor.
He's 20 mile away. He'll never get here through the snow.
Aye, 3 metres deep up Pig's Bottom.
You're right, love. Can you hear me? Oh, she's that cold, poor little thing. I'll just fetch her a rug, Father. Ooh, you trying to say something, love? What are you trying to say, love? Is she trying to say something, Father? What's she trying to say?
If you shut up a minute, Mother, I might be able to hear that. Come on, lass, what are you trying to say?
I fell off the lorry.
What did she say, Father?
She fell off a Larry.
Oh, funny!
Hold it. Good. That's an improvement.
Was that better?
Much better. Less is beautiful, all right? Get that into your tiny tin brain, JC. Less is better, yes?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chance. I'm trying to compensate, but the fault is so occasional.
Don't worry, Prim. Just do your best. You can do no more than your best.
Thank you. He's cheerful today. Won't last.
Listen, could you clear them all, Prim? All except JC.
But they'll be here any minute, Chance.
Do it. We've got time. Trudy, keep an eye out for them. Are you happy, Adam?
Oh, the happiest man in the world.
My word, a happy author. We're in big trouble, people.
Chance, I'm leaving JC free the whole time. Are you sure that's what you want?
We can't feed her. She has to be able to do her own thing. Just run the others.
All right, but just as long as you know I'm not accountable for anything that might happen.
Understood. Now listen, don't get clever, don't get smart. You've got good instincts, and most important, you've got natural timing. But when it comes to judgment, you need to trust me a little, all right?
Yes, sir.
Now you'll notice that you're always wanting to do a little bit more. I'm always wanting you to do a little bit less, yes?
Yes.
Well, you won't be the first actor to want to do that. You may be the first actoid, but not the first actor. You have to learn control, yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, you show those people today what you can do, they will be knocked out. But don't show off, don't pander to them in any way. Always keep the comic truth, because as soon as they stop believing, they go home. Now, one day, you may be a big star, you can tell me to go screw myself. But for now, you're just a smart kid with potential. Like him, the boy genius.
What did I say?
There's a van pulling in. Chance, they're here.
One more thing.
Chance, they're here!
One damn minute.
It's all right, they've still got to load the chair.
Quickly then. When you pick up the hot kettle, you know the bit I mean?
Yes, sir.
In a comedy, you've got a choice of ways you can burn yourself. You can do it big, or you can do it small, yes? You can choose to do it like this. Or, alternatively, you can choose to do it like this. You know the choice I want you to make?
The little one.
Exactly. Aren't I predictable? The choice never to make is the middle option. Ow, that really hurt. Nobody laughs at that except sadists and weirdos. Save that till you play St. Joe. The other two choices can be equally true, but with either of them we are reassured that you're not going to die of major burns, yes?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I'm grateful. I appreciate it. I am very old and you have talent and potential which will outlive me. But most of all, I love you for calling me sir. Who told her to call me sir?
Nobody. It just decided.
I think everybody should call me sir. Why not?
Morning, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Pepperbloom comes at prejudice proceedings, no doubt.
I'm sure Lester can make all his own decisions. Thank you very much, Chandler. Now, can I have everybody's attention, please? Very quickly. As you're aware, Mr. Trainsmith is incapacitated. Although his hearing is very good, he will be conversing with you today through a third party. Please respect Mr. Trainsmith's personal space and do not invade it. Under no circumstances are you to make physical contact with Mr. Trainsmith, and do not allow any actoids within 5 feet of him. He has a great personal aversion to actoids. And finally, do not ask Mr. Trainsmith any questions, but allow him to initiate all verbal intercourse. Oh, I think I hear him coming now.
We'll now pause.
Everyone rise, please. Mr. Trainsmith. Mr. Trainsmith, may I introduce Chandler Tate, our director?
Hi.
Our programmer, Prim Spring, and our technician, Trudy Flott.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Trainsmith.
And of course, your nephew Adam, whom I'm sure you will remember.
Oh, I-
Needs no introduction.
I don't know, it has been 20 years. How do you do, Uncle?
Don't ask direct questions.
Oh, yes.
And finally, Marmion, who will introduce herself.
Good afternoon. My name is Marmion Sedilla and I shall be serving as speaker for Mr. Trainsmith today. Although he can hear perfectly, all his speech will be rerouted through the medium of myself. I would ask, therefore, that you treat everything I say as coming from Mr. Trainsmith himself. If I should need to interpolate personally at any point, I will identify myself to avoid confusion. Finally, I would ask that from now on you ignore me and address all your remarks to Mr. Trainsmith and treat all replies as coming direct from him. Thank you for your attention.
It's a talking pink Lamont.
Right, now, can we get going, please, folks? Our schedule is running very far behind, so we're going to have to be very quick about this.
It's a half-hour excerpt. What are we supposed to do? Run it at double speed?
Shorten it.
Shorten it? By how much?
5 minutes.
Yes, all right, we could shorten it by
No, 2 5 minutes. We've only got time to see 5 minutes.
What the hell can we show you in 5 minutes?
That's all you've got, now get on with it.
That's all you have, so...
Well, vengeance on wheels, aren't you? The kid's first script, and you just can't help it.
Well, okay. The idea is this. It's a one-off, 2-hour comedy special.
Oh, forget that.
Though I do envision...
2 hours? Who's going to be awake after 2 hours, for goodness sake?
If I may finish?
I'd say we have enough trouble with 20 minutes.
If I may finish. Though I envision that if successful, that the characters and the setting and stuff could be reused in a weekly, sort of half-an-hour show. So, the main character is JC.
Did you say JC?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
Oh, sorry. Jaccie.
You don't have to shout, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, sorry. Well, anyway, so JC is
Did you know there was once a famous female comedian called Gracie?
Oh, yes, Gracie Allen used to work with George Burns. I don't know...
Do you know I'm nearly old enough to remember her first time around? That was a joke.
Oh.
If she's half as funny as Gracie Allen, we've got ourselves a hit.
Right. So the basic idea is that JC is an actoid playing an actoid, which as far as I know has never been done before.
Hilarious.
So she's brand new, just out of the factory, and she's being transported to the studio. Absolutely brand new and unused. And it's winter, and there's heavy snow, and they're driving across the Pennine Hills, very dangerous. When the lorry driving her skids, and the driver momentarily loses control. The actoid, JC, her box falls out of the lorry and smashes, and she rolls clean and is lying by the side of the road. Where she's discovered by Jethro, a farmer who's collecting his sheep in a blizzard. Jethro brings JC back to his cottage, where he and his wife reactivate her accidentally. Being simple people, they don't realise that she's an actoid. But moreover, because she's brand new, never used, she doesn't know she's an actoid either. She thinks they're her parents. Failing to realise, they bring her up as the child they never had. Okay, guys. Oh dear. She's quick and keen and clever, and soon reading every book she can get her hands on. She's fun and popular and has unclouded wisdom. Being an actor, she's also physically very strong. In a community rife with backstabbing and local politics and sexual betrayals, she shines like an innocent. She's kind of like a latter-day Superman. She rescues a child from a burning building and talks a gunman into giving himself up eventually, the local people are so impressed that they elect her as their mayor.
They make an actoid their mayor.
Yes, but they don't know she's an actoid. That's the point. But unfortunately, Unfortunately, she has made enemies in the local community. A jealous local council woman has found out about her past. And on the eve of the election, she exposes her. The people are furious that they've been duped into voting for a machine. So they turn on JC. They're forcing her out and stoning her. Failing to kill her, they leave her by the side of the road once again, waiting for somebody to come and rescue her, in search of another adventure. That's the basic idea.
And this is supposed to be a comedy.
Yes, it's funny.
It's a comedy. It doesn't mean everybody has to be falling in bowls of custard, for goodness sake. It's an allegory. It's a satire.
Oh, I can see the ratings rocketing through the roof already.
Well, what would you know, you hard-boiled ball crusher? You've only come in here to sink it. That's all you're ever looking to do.
Well, it needs no help from me, darling.
You're wasting my time. Show me a little of the treatment.
Oh, right.
All right.
Look, perhaps we could show them this bit.
Yes.
You
All right, show
have
them.
1.5 minutes left.
All right, show them that bit. What does it matter? She's pissed on it and drowned it anyway.
Okay. This is early on, a part of what we rehearsed earlier. It's when JC first wakes up in her new home. The farmer and his wife have taken it in turns to sit by her bedside all night. It's nearly dawn and the farmer has fallen asleep.
Okay, people, let's go to work. And action. Lower the snoring, less snoring.
Father, when she wakes up, give her some of this. Love, Mother. Mother. Father. Father!
No, that's got to be bigger, surely. If it's going to be funny, it's got to be bigger.
Father?
Father?
Father! Oh, Father!
Father?
Mother? Oh, Mother!
And cut!
Oh, bravo!
Oh, do you like it, Uncle? Do you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have identified myself first. Mr. Trainsmith, I am now he. I feel it has a certain potential.
You bet it has potential. Your nephew is good, Mr. Trainsmith. He has that natural comic writer's gift, economy. That whole scene there, simple, touching, funny, and all in, what, 2-3 words?
Yeah, may I also add sentimental, cloying, under-energised and totally unreal.
Unreal? What do you mean unreal?
I think that's very unfair.
Well, it's been done on far less, darling. I'd say Madly Moving Parts was commissioned on half a page of foolscap.
Oh, what a load of crap that was.
Really? Now, look, now the first Christmas special, you remember? 31 million and 25 million over a 48-week
And what does that
period.
show?
This
There were
is
31 million
Trainsmith
people who
speaking.
get blind drunk on Christmas Day and don't give a shit.
Including you are
I think we should discuss this very
What do you
quickly.
know? What do you know about money? You're an accountant. How can you feel anything or appreciate it? You wouldn't know a piece of art if it
Could you all please just shut up? Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Could we
Shut up!
Oh, Mr. Trainsmith. Oh, I'm sorry. I never
Could
heard
we
of-
listen to people one at a time, starting with Mrs. Pepperbloom?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Trainsmith. Well, look, all I'm saying is as a regional director, I'm quite prepared to take this piece down line, but there are quite a few things that need to be talked about first.
When did we ever...
I should want 2, preferably 3 experienced scriptwriters to go through the synopsis with Adam and get it into some sort of working shape.
It is in some sort of working shape.
But there is no way that we can consider a 2-hour programme. In case you haven't been around, 2-hour programmes have been dead for years. We'll downsize it to 18 minutes, 35 seconds, including credits, and we'll try it in a late night, early morning art slot. That is all I can promise.
Hooray, we made the art slot.
Yeah, but none of this can go forward unless we have a solid casting commitment. We need that name, darlings. We need that household name in the role.
Well, that's out of the question.
Well, then so's the programme, Adam. I'm very sorry.
But that role was written specifically with her in mind.
Adam, it's an actoid. A run-of-the-mill, daytime TV, supporting unit actoid. It's not even grade A. I'm saying, look at it. It can hardly walk and can hardly talk, and it's got all the personality of a meat safe. I'm not saying there aren't, say, half a dozen viewers somewhere in the world. What's that noise? Somewhere in the world. A really busy life to watch a piece of corrugated iron, the bolting ground with all the sex appeal as a tin of corned beef. Was it?
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I haven't laughed so much for years.
I do like her, Uncle. She can be funnier than that, really, she can.
What about it then, Mr. Trainsmith? What about the programme? Oh, hang on. Sorry, that was a direct question.
I am prepared to go ahead with the programme on the terms and conditions outlined by Mrs. Pepperbloom.
But, Uncle, what about JC? Melt her down.
Melt her down.
You can't melt her down. She's a person.
She's unstable. Next time she could kill someone.
Oh, this is my fault. This is all my fault.
Did you teach her that as well, the custard pie?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's just cost us the programme, but it was pretty good.
Hang on, Mr. Trainsmith just
Oh, I know
said...
what he said. But he's not going to be around. She is the Merry Widow. She's the one we've got to deal with.
But what about JC? I'm not just dumping JC.
Well, I know what I'm doing, and I suggest you do the same. As for me, I'm going out for a while. This room stinks of executives. As for you, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't go over the top, you stupid bloody actor.
Chandler, should I...
I drink alone, didn't they ever tell you?
He called me an actor.
Oh, this is my fault.
Oh, look, it's not dead in the water yet. Not if Mr. Trainsmith is prepared to back it.
Not without her, not without JC.
Yes, Adam. It's very good. Oh, it's wonderful. But there are others, Adam. There's always someone else, different perhaps, but just as good.
No, not as good as JC.
Adam, it's an actoid. That's all it is.
But if you heard the things she says...
Look, I'll tell you what, when Trudy comes back, I'll get her to strip it down for you. And you can see for yourself. She'll peel its outer casing off and you'll see it is just a load of wires and circuits and microservers and bits. In no way is it a person. And actually, Adam, it's quite bad for you to think of it as a person. It's called actoid empathy. It happens. When we do our basic staff training, we do a day on dealing with actoids. Always refer to them as it, never as he or she. Only converse with them in the line of work. Never, never socialise with them. When you've finished working with them, switch them off. Otherwise, you risk becoming emotionally involved. You get all screwed up, and you also screw them up, and then, God, you just don't know where you are.
Oh, but the things she says.
Oh, Adam, the things it says, the words it speaks, its so-called conversation, it's merely an amalgam of all of the words, of all of the conversations it's ever had, in all of the parts it's ever played, in all of the shows it's ever been in. Its speech is nothing more than that. You speak to it, you trigger some sort of response, it pulls it out of its memory bank, and then it blurts it back at you. That is all it's doing.
Well, maybe that's all any of us are doing.
Oh, Adam, if you really thought that, I'd think a lot less of you, I would. Oh, how is she?
Not a pretty sight. Where's he gone?
The usual.
Oh.
Break then?
Yeah, might as well. You going to come with us, Adam?
No, I'll stay here and have a drink.
Right, that's it. I am shutting this place down. I thought you would like to know. Take a look around, you children, because I am shutting this place down.
And a happy new year.
Oh, I can always go back to children's programmes. Constantly asking me. Look, if you're staying here, remember what I said, Adam. Don't even talk to it.
See you later.
Oh, this is my fault. Oh. Would you like one?
Sure, a man should never drink alone.
You drink?
I drink.
Oh,
I eat too.
you do?
The sorts of programs we do, we're required to eat and drink. They're all eating and drinking.
Yeah. Does the nurse drink? I mean, your character is the nurse, obviously.
Yes, she drinks. She's a secret alcoholic.
Is she?
That's why I gave her that, you know, with the doctor.
Oh. May I ask a personal question? And don't feel you have to answer it if it's too personal. But where does all the food and drink go when you're finished with it?
Someone comes along and empties me.
Oh. Silly question, really. Cheers.
Yes.
And, what did he mean by melting down? What does that mean?
Meltdown. That's when you're taken back to the factory, your memory is erased, and you're rebooted with the basic program. I'd be like JC in your show if that happened. I'd start again.
Another?
Keep them coming, kid.
Keep them coming. Where's that one from?
Episode 19, Scene 4, Line 12 of Some Dark Alley. I played Josie. She was an undercover cop. She was shot. It was a really good death scene. Help me, Jason, help me. You mean more to me than I could ever tell you. I'm sorry. It was a good scene.
Oh. I don't want you to melt down. I think that would be a crime.
No, no crime. Not for an actoid.
You wouldn't mind if JC, the person you are now, just ceased to exist?
I'd never remember, would I? How would I mind?
Oh. I think that's very sad. Makes me feel like crying.
Well, you can cry if you want.
No, that's not going to do us any good. Let's go and do something. Let's do something. Let's go and have something to eat. No, you probably wouldn't enjoy that, would you? What would you like to do?
Dance.
Dance?
I like to dance. I never get to dance.
Dance. Okay. Where can we find music?
On his laptop. He has a file.
Okay. What about this?
It's good. It's fun.
right. God, you're beautiful, aren't you? You're just so beautiful.
Sorry, do you want to stop the music?
No. It goes with the scene.
Adam, I don't want to be melted down. I don't want to forget this.
Nobody's going to melt you down. I promise.
Promise?
I promise.
Adam.
JC.
Gone? What do you mean they've gone?
Both of them just taken off somewhere.
Gone where, for goodness sake?
I don't know, do I?
What's Adam playing at? You can't just elope with an actoid. It's company property. If anything happens to it, we'll be paying it off for the rest of our lives. Those things are worth thousands.
1.7 million.
Thank you. And what's going to happen? That much? What's going to happen when Carla finds out? Because she certainly will do.
Well, we'll just have to find them first, won't we?
Come on, they could be anywhere in the city.
We could put out a trace.
A trace?
A security trace. JC will show up sooner or later.
On the screen. Every actoid leaves an individual signal.
Or what if someone else gets the signal before we do?
Impossible. I have the encoder.
Well, in that case, trace it and fast. Oh, hang on. We need a nurse for this afternoon's programme recording.
She can do it.
You can, me. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing a nurse.
Chance can go on cameras and I'll do the programming.
Good idea. I'll shoot from behind. Just do your hair at the back.
I am not playing a nurse.
You like it enough sometimes.
Stop that.
There you two. You want to play prisoners and warders instead? Get yourself a uniform and find that actoid. Jeez, Adam, what are you doing to me?
Good evening, sir, madam. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How may I help you at all?
Yes, my secretary called earlier to reserve a room for us.
Yes, sir. What name would that be, sir?
Hornblower. Mr. and Mrs. Hornblower. What did you have to call us Hornblower? It sounds ridiculous.
It was the first name I could think of. I was in the series. I played the woman the captain meets when he comes ashore.
Here we are. So sorry to keep you. A double room for 3 nights minimum.
That's the one.
And would you care to register here, sir?
Certainly. There we go.
And does sir have any luggage with him, sir?
No. You see,
I see you have no luggage.
no,
We had this terrible time, you've no idea. My sister was in Spain and she was arrested in a case of drug trafficking. It was a mistaken identity, of course, but when we flew out there, the police had already released her, and then she'd been kidnapped by the real drug traffickers who thought she was drug poisoning. We spent all of our money tracking her down into a villa in southern Spain. When we got there, all we found was her poor bullet-ridden body. And then the police arrived and arrested us for her murder. And it was 4 days before we could persuade them we were innocent. We had to travel home in just the clothes we're standing in. It's been absolutely awful.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Mrs. Hornblower.
Stop it off. We just found out my husband has only got 3.
that's the thing. We don't need to tell her all of our problems now, do we?
Your room is on the 4th floor. It's a very quiet room.
Fabulous, fabulous.
And we'll also be paying by credit exchange.
Cash.
Cash?
Oh, I always pay by cash.
Ever since we...
Ever since an earlier incident that we don't need to go into.
And will Mrs. Hornblower be happy to remain in her nurse's uniform?
Yes, well, you see,
There's an exclusive boutique just along the concourse, sir. It's open till 8. I'm sure you'll find everything you need should you wish to replenish your wardrobe.
excellent. Thank you. Well, shall we go shopping, dear?
You bet, darling.
Fabulous. Tell me, do you have a story for every possible situation?
tell me, Chandler, that you've let that boy run off with company property?
Don't panic, we'll get them back.
You certainly will. This amounts to grand theft. If it didn't involve Lester's nephew, I would have called the police straight away.
Oh, Mrs. Pepperbloom, there's no need.
And I am going to hold you personally responsible for this, Chandler, and you as well.
Where the hell are they, Prim? Why haven't you traced them?
Well, I don't know. They may be somewhere shielded. We just have to wait until we get a good signal, that's all. Look, Trudy's up there on the roof trying to boost it as we speak.
Is that going to work?
I don't know, do I?
Well, thank you, Stanley. Call me when Ollie falls off the roof, will you?
What's the matter with you? I thought you would be excited by all this. You're supposed to be the rebel one around here, aren't you?
I'm still a rebel. I'm willing to fight them all, don't you worry. It's just I've got a pension to consider. I'm going for some refreshment. Don't try and follow me.
What do you think?
I think it looks amazing. Absolutely startling. I would buy that one.
No, I don't like it. In fact, the more I look at it, it's vile and it's badly finished.
Oh, really? Oh, dear.
Madam, that looks lovely.
No, it isn't. It's detestable.
Oh, yes. That is lovely. And what does Sir think of this? It looks very attractive on her, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Is this not right either?
It's just not quite right for dinner, you see?
I was told that you were going on a world cruise.
That's later. Not much later, darling.
Oh, right then, madam. I'm sure we can find you something much more suitable. Do you want to come with me?
You just go back there and choose one more dress, all right?
Will you come in there with me, please?
I can't go back there.
She keeps making me wear things I don't want to wear.
Oh, sorry, excuse us for a second. You don't have to wear things that she wants you to wear. You wear things that you want to wear, all right?
But I don't know what I want to wear. I've never played this scene before. I just get given things to wear by the wardrobe department.
Well, you just choose something that you feel good in.
But I don't feel good in anything. I don't want to wear any clothes at all.
Daisy, you go back there and choose something that you like, all right?
But I want to choose something that you like.
No, if you like it, then I'll like it, all right? It really doesn't matter. Okay, all right. You go back there and you choose something, all right?
She's very eager, isn't she, sir?
I'd take a seat if I were you.
Oh, thank you.
You might be here ages.
Oh?
I came in here at 3:10. It's now 7:20. And in that time, you've achieved one pair of tights and a pair of shoes she thinks she might bring back later. My record's 4 days. That was for a hat, for a wedding. And then she got a cold and we didn't go anyway.
I hate my bottom. I hate it. I loathe my thighs. They're obscene. My shoulders are uneven. And my stomach is gross.
But other than that, it's okay, is it?
Dreadful. I would be seen dead in this.
All right.
What about this? Madam, is this okay? Chris, I can't. Chris, I can't.
It's okay, I can see what it is. JC. Calm down. All right. How about I come back with you and help you choose? All right? Okay. Is it all right if I go back?
Oh, please.
Excellent. Right, come on then, JC. It's all right. I'll help.
What a day.
Did you see what she was wearing?
Yeah, I thought she looked rather good. Maybe you should try one on.
Whatsoever are you? You're utterly useless. I don't know why I bring you.
Oh, not do I.
Well,
No, not you. Just me, Chance. I'm sorry, but this needs to be handled gently, and I don't trust you to do that.
If you're worried I might punch him on the jaw, that is possible.
There's a very real possibility that they may have fallen in love.
You must be joking.
Well, Adam certainly may have done, and if JC reciprocates, then I don't know what will happen.
Well, they won't be the first people to fall in love, for goodness sake.
No, but she may well be the first machine to fall in love. That would be the full point.
Great, another British first.
Charles, most of us are born preconditioned for love to happen to us at some point in our lives. Still a hell of a shock to us when it does happen, but at least we're half prepared. JC is in no way prepared. Can you imagine what love will do to her? Love is a completely irrational, illogical process. Every neurological circuit in her head will be in conflict. She's probably going to self-destruct. I'll keep in touch.
Are you going dressed like that?
Unfortunately, there is no time to lose. I'll see you later.
I'm definitely going to lose my pension.
It's all right for you, sir.
Thank you.
Madam.
Thank you.
Would you care for a drink before your meal?
Yes, I'll have a kiss me quick highball with good and secure.
Certainly, madam.
Have a white wine, please.
Dry, sir?
Please.
May I leave you with the menu?
Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me,
Madam,
do you like this dress? You think it's okay?
it's enchanting.
You need to keep asking people. I've told you, you look wonderful.
I want to make sure I look right for you.
It doesn't matter, honestly.
Of course it matters.
Oh, all right, all right.
I've never been in a real restaurant before. I've been in one on set, but they add in everything afterwards, so you might as well be in a box. The walls and things here are so beautiful. And the lights, and the floor, and the ceiling. Adam, look at the ceiling. Oh, this is so exciting.
Well, you just enjoy yourself, all right?
I will, I promise. Every single second. It's that couple from the dress shop. They keep staring at me. Do I look okay?
They're staring at you because you look wonderful, all right? Good grief.
Highball for madam.
Thank you.
Dry white wine, sir.
Thank you.
This is much better design than the one I had before.
You had before? Oh, you know, never mind.
I didn't get to finish that one either. I was kidnapped and chained to a bed before I could.
Well, never mind, eh?
Don't you want to hear?
I'm sorry, JC. I can't really compete with your past lives. I think I fell off a bicycle once when I was 6, and I think that might be it.
I don't know what else to talk about. All I have is my past life.
Oh, sorry. What happened in the end, then?
In the end, my brother refused to pay the ransom because he stood to inherit. Turned out he'd planned it all along. They threw me down a well. I drowned. I'm always getting killed.
Well, you stick with me, and I'll make you a big star, all right?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
JC? Never mind.
Delicious.
Shall we make some choices then, shall we?
You pick for me.
Don't you want to choose? Choose for yourself.
I can't read.
Oh, no one ever taught you to read. Oh, well, that's all right. I'll teach you to read, all right?
Okay. Oh dear.
What on earth's that noise?
I'm sorry, Adam. I require emptying.
Emptying?
My waste unit is overflowing.
No. What do you want? Do you need to go somewhere?
Oh no, I can't do it myself. And it wouldn't be wise for me to move at present. I could spill over.
Oh, right. I suppose I'll have to do it. What do I do?
There's a trapdoor in my abdomen. You find the button, push and twist it open, and ease the waste bag out.
Right.
When you close the trapdoor, it automatically resets.
Right. I'll have to do it when that couple at the other table aren't looking. They're not looking, are they?
Yes.
Okay.
You should be able to feel a button.
Okay, I think I've got it.
That's it now. Push and twist.
Okay.
Yes, push.
Push and twist.
Other way.
Okay. Easy sound. Shut you up again. There we go. One. Satisfied. Duster.
To excuse us, it's our anniversary.
Are you ready to order yet?
Just a few more moments.
Right, sir.
I think she saw you.
Well, she didn't say anything. It's so posh here, they're probably used to that sort of behaviour. I'll be back in a moment. I'll just get rid of this.
Oh, so romantic. Why can't you do that sort of thing?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes?
Would I be correct in thinking you are an android, madam?
Why would you think that?
Because it takes one to know one, madam. I want you away from here in 20 seconds, or I shall pick you up by your hair and kick you out on your ass person you jumped up with a collar.
Does that include service?
20 seconds and take that pervert with you.
I'm sorry, Adam.
It's okay. Casey, look. Our policies are all over the front pages of the papers. Look.
Oh, yes.
Come on. We need to get up in the room. I need to have time to think. Act calmly and don't draw any attention to yourself, all right?
Look, relax, Adam, relax. We got them.
Where?
At the Grand Hotel, would you believe? Calmly eating dinner in the dining room. We had a tip-off from a member of staff. Lester is going to be so thrilled when I tell him.
Come on. Prim, listen. Yes, they're at the Grand. No, the hotel. Yes, no, but Prim, everybody's onto them. Look, you've got to get there before the press get hold of them. No ifs, Prim. Well, run then, woman. Run. Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack. Oh, no, I'm not. Must be wishful thinking.
Right, we should be all right as long as we stay up here. Stay out of the public areas of the building and stuff. We'll have to find another hotel for tomorrow. Where's my phone?
What's a trollop?
What's a what?
A trollop.
It's an old-fashioned word. It means a whore, a prostitute.
Oh.
Where's my phone?
I'm
how do you think?
Mrs. Pepperbloom.
Undoubtedly. Oh, hotels.
Adam,
Yes?
are we staying here the whole night?
Yes, we should be safe here, but for just one night.
Can I try my new things?
What things?
You know, my new surprise things.
Oh, yes, please do, please do. Hotels. Hotel Mombasa. Listen, darling, we really do need to teach you how to read. We may not have a great deal of backup on this when we go ahead. I mean, no direct feed, that sort of thing, so you'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Just looking at the script, memorising it, or at least scanning it, and then interpreting it yourself. Hotel Mombasa. Sounds wonderful. Hello? Hello, Hotel Mombasa? Yes. I'd like a room, please. For the night, yes. No, all night. No, all night. Yes. Yes. The name? The name is Merriweather. M-E-R. No, R. R for rabbit. R. Would Jones do? Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Yes. All night. Yes. That sounds wonderful. Sounds very nice, dear. So, as I say, we really do need to teach you to read it. It's going to be fascinating otherwise. I mean, there are plenty of directors out there. I mean, if we could get Chandler Tate, that would be absolutely marvellous. But there are plenty of others. And some of them nearly as good. I mean, not actually as good, but nearly as good. It's that reading thing and the director thing. If I can't sort anything out, I'll try tomorrow to talk to my uncle. If he won't lend you to me, maybe he'll rent you to me. I thought you were trying on your new clothes.
I tried them. They made me look like a trollop.
Oh.
Here.
Oh. What's this?
It's a book to read. You can teach me to read. You
Oh.
can fill in the time.
Oh, but this is a Bible.
I understand it's a very good book.
It's a very long book.
Please, teach me to read. I'm quick, I learn fast, I promise.
Oh, all right. Come and sit down. So you understand the basic principle, right? There are 26 letters, and they make up some of the, well, all of the words, in fact. So, here we have an I, and that's an N, and that makes in.
In.
All right, and that's a T, a H, and an E, and that makes the. So we have in the.
In the.
Okay, so lots of new letters. So that's a B, and an E, and a G, and that makes beg, or in this case, bug. Because then we get
in.
And
In.
no, ing, beginning. That's a G at the end.
Beginning.
Okay, G, which we now know, and that's an O and a D, and that makes God.
God.
Very good. So lots more new letters. A C and an R. And an E and an A, which we know, and a T, that one's a T, and another E and a D, and that makes created.
Created. The.
Good. So that's H, and an E and an A, which we know, and then that's a V.
Heavy.
Heavens.
Heavens. And the.
No, that's Earth.
Earth. And the earth.
No, that's a W. Goes was.
Was without.
That's an F. It goes form.
Form. And.
Oh, okay. Those two together go oi. Void.
Void and dark.
Oh, okay. No, this is complicated, but that's a K. And those two at the end are S's. Go like snakes.
Darkness. was
That's a P. Huh.
upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said,
Let.
let there be
Light.
light. And there was light. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens next. God saw the light that it was good, and God divided.
Okay, I think that's probably enough for one night. May I?
Do you mind the music?
No, it always helps to know how the other person feels.
Oh, Adam, I must warn you. I'm only constructed for simulated sex.
Well, I rather gathered that in the restaurant. I didn't want to look or anything, but
They did warn me. Once a man's seen your traps, or he loses all respect.
that one's very funny. Where's that one from?
I don't remember. Oh, Adam, you will tell me if I'm a trollop, won't you?
Oh, absolutely. I never kiss trollops on general principle. Who on earth?
Adam, it's Prim!
Oh,
Let me in, quickly!
Prim?
Quickly, there are press everywhere. The foyer is swarming with them.
How did they find us? How did they get here?
Oh, your beloved gives off a coded signal every 15 minutes. Didn't you know? Oh, I don't know how we're going to get you out of here. They're bound to have back doors covered. They're not that stupid, surely. Oh. Now, if they're smart, they're going to start working down the names of the guests one by one. What name did you book in under?
Hornblower. Mr. and Mrs. Hornblower.
I'm amazed they're not banging on the door already.
Oh, Prim, what are we going to do? Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment.
Don't look at me like that.
No. You see, they're still looking for me and a nurse, right?
Yes,
They're looking
but
for
I don't see what that has to do.
me and
No,
a...
Adam, I couldn't.
Oh, please, Prim, please.
Adam.
Just while JC gets away, please.
Why are you doing this? Why didn't you listen to me? All my warnings.
Oh, please, Prim, please. Just while she gets away, honestly, please.
Oh, what the hell? It's only prison, isn't it? Fine, I'll go and check the corridor then.
Okay. JC, gather up your things. You need to go, all right? I'll give you some money. Okay. Right. Go to the end of the corridor, go down the emergency stairs, and hail a cab. Tell them you want to go to the Hotel Mombasa. When you get there, tell them that you're Mrs. Jones and that you want your room a day early. Do not tell them how you fell out of a hot air balloon or anything else. Just tell them you're Mrs. Jones and you're waiting for Mr. Jones, and I will be there shortly. All right?
Okay.
Good. Oh, and JC?
Yes?
I love you.
Oh. It's all clear.
Right, into the breach then, eh?
Oh, now I'm a nurse who sleeps in hotels with strange men. Oh God, this is going to make my mother so happy.
JC, I love you. Love you, JC. Love. Oh, my sweet love, why are you throwing back my love? My love will last 1,000. Love is blind, love's a lover, love's triangle. Love that leads you on and loves you. Love sick, love sweet, love song, block, love lawn, love dies, love bites, love leaves, love leads, love that makes you bleeding, love that leads you on and lets you bleed on, love surrounds you, loving me, loving you, lovely, love me, 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 lovely, 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 lovely. Yes, my darling love. Oh Lord, love a duck.
Oh, sorry.
The door doesn't lock.
Just as well in this place, isn't it? Don't want to get locked in here, do you? Look, I was told this room was free. I got a double booking and I need the space. Gonna be in here long?
About 2 or 3 days, I think.
2 or 3 days? What, you got male voice choir?
Just my husband.
Your husband?
Yes, he's Mr. Jones. I'm Mrs. Jones. We're staying here.
Staying here?
Yes.
You're not working for Turkey, are you, dear?
Turkey.
Fiona, dear. This is Turkey's pitch, and he don't love free bodies. No, not at all, he doesn't.
Oh, I work for Trilab.
Trilab. Come off it. No one in their right mind would stay here through choice. Mrs. Jones. Who are you working for? Who's working you, darling?
Nobody's working me. I'm free. I'm working myself.
Listen. It's none of my business if you want to sluice yourself. But if he's a man, he's brought you here, he's working you, darling. No two ways. And if he is spinning you something or other, then he is lying his little thieving heart out. Because as soon as he's taken what he wants from you, he'll be scarfed. And if you get my Premon, you'll get the stripe out of him now before Turkey gets you.
Look, you just stuck in your own cradle, sis, and stop trying to molly me, because I've been the own sweat. Take yourself back to the slammer and take your worldies with you, because I've done more sweat than you old takers. So why are you screaming charmers, eh?
You're in real trouble, you are, darling, real trouble. You wait, Turkey's going to deal with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Oh.
Casey? Oh, thank heavens, there you are. I've been in and out of more than a dozen rooms looking for you. I've learnt more here in the last 10 minutes. Are you all right? Is it this place? Why have you got all that on? Have you been crying? Casey? JC?
Adam, what do you want from me? I don't understand. What do you want?
You. I want you.
To be in your programme?
Initially, yes, but not anymore.
Say we couldn't do your programme. We could never do what you'd written. Would you still want me?
Of course.
What for?
Because I love you. I love you, JC.
But I'm not JC, am I, Adam? I'm JC F31333. I'm a machine. I know I'm not supposed to think of myself as that, but I acknowledge every day now that that's what I am. On the one hand, the longer we stay together, the more you'll change and I'll stay the same. I'm 34 years old, Adam, and I've been that way since the day I was made.
What? I actually see that as an advantage. You'll save yourself a fortune in hair and skin and beauty and...
Adam, please listen to me. Don't mock me. I'm trying to say something. It's very difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But on the other hand, despite all that, I can only ever be what other people want me to be. I can be a nurse or a soldier or a grumpy woman in a tea shop, but I can never be me. So I can play your JC, I can play her as much as you want, but I can never be your JC. You understand the difference? But I've been miscast, you see. Please, take me back. Audition failed. Leave your name at the door. We'll be in touch.
Oh, it's okay. It's this place. As soon as we're out of here,
Adam,
we'll...
I don't want to feel like this anymore. Look at me. I've been crying. I have no stimulus to cry. It's so painful. I don't understand.
Oh, where's this coming from? What scene is this?
This isn't a scene. This isn't a program. This is me, Adam. I'm lost and I don't know what to do. And the one person I trust in the whole world is standing there treating me like a child. And I refuse to be treated like that anymore. Do you hear me? You make plans about our future without consulting me. You humiliate me in shops and restaurants. You dress me up like some third-rate puppet. And then you drag me in and out of hotel rooms like some second-rate trollop. Well, you know what? And you won't even bother to understand what I'm trying to tell you. So you know, you can go to hell and you can screw yourself.
Well, it's certainly nothing I ever wrote. Jesse, sit down, please. Look, I love you. And whilst I don't have a great deal of experience in this, I think what you're saying, in a roundabout sort of way, is that you love me too.
Am I? Adam, I can't cope with this. I really can't.
Right, you, out now.
What?
Go on, get your say, you.
I say.
Keep out of the way, mate, no quarrel with you, just a talk. Go on if you want it, come on.
Get out of here.
What?
You heard me. I'm trying to have the most serious conversation I've ever had in my life. And I refuse to be interrupted by you third-rate pimp.
Casey!
What are you doing?
You heard me. Leave us alone.
You're just about due for surgery, aren't you?
No.
Learn a few manners.
No!
We'll see about that, won't we?
It's okay, Adam. You can't hurt me.
No!
Well, we'll see about that.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
That was stupid. That was so stupid.
Right. Drop the knife. Special Vice Unit. You've been welcome to me. And if I ever see your little face in here again, you'll be talking out some alternative orifice. You hear me? Good. Now, like I said, get out. Adam. Oh, Adam, are you okay?
It's all right. It's worse than it looks. I mean, it's not as bad as it.
Adam, you need a doctor.
No, I just need you, JC. You see? Forget me looking after you. I need you to look after me.
Adam, please don't die. I'm the one that always dies. You've been my partner since the very start. When we rookie cops together back at the academy. Remember that time when we was together?
JC,
Yes?
you just be quiet and let me die, please.
Sure thing, partner.
But if the androids return, then where is my nephew?
He's in hospital, Lester. There was some sort of fight, but we don't know exactly what happened, but Adam was stabbed. Look, don't be too alarmed, not too bad.
Where was he stabbed?
Well, it was on the left-hand side.
Oh, I meant, where was he stabbed? What location?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, it was in some sort of sleazy hotel, Lester. Virtually a brothel.
What the hell was an android doing in a brothel?
Well, here it comes, Lester. You can ask it for yourself.
Which of you was responsible for bringing it back?
Came back of its own accord, Mr. Trainsmith.
Its own accord. Does it have a homing beacon?
I think you should ask Josie, Mr. Trainsmith.
It is not Mr. Trainsmith's custom to speak to androids.
But if you just ask
Now,
her...
you heard her. It is not Mr. Trainsmith's custom to talk to androids. If you ask me, the sooner that thing is melted down, the better. It has involved Mr. Trainsmith in a great personal scandal. It has made this corporation look a laughing stock. And what is worse, it has endangered the life of a human being, which is against total conflict against the first directive.
Just a moment, Mrs. Pepperbloom.
I think you should talk to her, Mr. Trainsmith. I really do.
Now, you listen to me. What name do you call it?
JC.
Listen to me, JC. Can you tell me how my nephew came to be injured?
He was trying to protect me.
To protect you.
Yes, he thought I was in danger.
Oh, I think we've heard enough of this regurgitated romantic drivel. The sooner that thing is melted down, the
Just
sooner...
a minute. You say he was trying to protect you. What danger were you in? It would take a thermal missile to damage you.
It was instinctive.
This is all my fault.
No, this is my fault.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Oh, this is obscene. The thing's trying to say that Adam was in love with
I
it.
know exactly what it's trying to say. Why did you come back here? Did Adam send you?
No, he doesn't know I'm here.
So tell me why you came back.
I wasn't right. Not right.
I only wish that other of my employees could be quite so objective about themselves. You see, the thing I particularly regret about this whole business is that someone in this corporation deliberately chose to leak things to the press.
Oh, I know that was
And
awful.
I was particularly sad to learn that the leak came from you, Mrs. Pepper.
That's not true, Lester. Who told you
It's
this?
one thing to leak embarrassing, potentially damaging information behind my back. It's quite another to be caught doing it.
You can't prove any of this.
If you don't want to get caught, don't make anonymous calls to newspapers that I own from phones in offices that I also happen to own.
You definitely can't prove any of this. You can't.
In all seriousness, Mrs. Pepperbloom, there is a third, far more important reason why I am having you removed from your post.
Huh? You're going to what?
Do you know what the motto of this corporation is? I'm sure you recall it. It's written in gold letters on the wall of our boardroom in our offices in Seattle. 2 words, Mrs. Pepperbloom, nothing personal, meaning the company is bigger than the individual. Nothing can be allowed to get personal. Nothing. You allowed yourself to become personal and with an actoid. Now, it is not just for disloyalty that I am dismissing you, Carla, but for sheer, downright stupidity.
Well, I think this is... Look, I expect all my pension rights to be honoured. And aren't you not going to say anything in my defence? No, well, what can you expect from such a bunch of half-witted, inadequate, born losers? And the only good thing about this is I will know that you won't be around for any longer, and you're going to be melted down, you jumped-up, poisonous little actoid.
Thank you, Mrs. Pepperbloom. I'm sure that was nothing
You... It's attacking me! Look, it's attacking me now!
Father, if that blow had landed, you'd have broken every bone in your hand.
Oh!
Well, every cloud.
Excuse me.
JC, come back here a minute.
Come back here a minute.
Closer.
Closer. Mr. Trenchsmith, be careful, it's an actoid.
Shut up, Marmion.
Shut up, Marmion.
Look, go away, woman.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Mr. Trenchsmith.
You see, I can use my voice when I need to. It's just often more convenient to say unpalatable things through a third party. It also means I don't waste time on small talk. Now listen to me. Are you listening?
Yes.
I have a proposition to make to you. I've seen your work. I've seen the impression you make on people around you. You make friends who even inspire the sort of cockeyed loyalty, particularly from my nephew.
I'm also impressed.
I'm also impressed at the way you came back here today. Even for an actoid, that took a lot of courage.
I had to. If I hadn't...
Please, let me finish. I'll tell you something. At one time, I never liked you things. I never liked you at all. I never really trusted any machinery, and I mistrust artificial intelligence even more. I'm an old Luddite at heart, if you know what I mean by that. Which is quite ironic when you consider I run the largest company in the world, designated exclusively to production and development of artificial intelligence.
But now I'm older, incredibly older, and becoming increasingly reliant on artificial intelligence. By the time I'm 120, which my doctors confidently tell me I shall reach, I may very well look a little like you, which in a way wouldn't be a bad thing at all. Anyway, here's my proposition. I had to part company, as you know, with Mrs. Pepperblue, in order for her to further her career. I'm offering you her job as regional director. What do you say to that?
He's gone crazy.
Completely gone.
Maybe.
I think it's time we gave artificial intelligence a trial canter, don't you? It seems as good a risk as any. But let me warn you, mess things up, and I will melt you down personally. What do you say?
I'm not right.
You'll have training, have an assistant, well, loads of assistants.
No, you don't understand. I'm not right. I wasn't right for Adam.
Then what do you suggest we do to put you right?
Like she said, I should be melted down.
Oh, come on,
JC.
I'm unstable. I no longer control my feelings.
Oh, well, if that was a criterion, then I think we'd all be melted down, don't you?
Seriously, is that what you want?
It's what I think should happen.
But is it truly what you want?
I don't know what I want. Please?
If that's your final decision, I think it's wrong. And I'm a little sad. I think you're rather special. You made me laugh on 2 occasions. More than my 3 wives ever managed. Young lady, you find Margaret for me. I've done enough talking for one day. She'll be out there sulking somewhere.
We can't let this happen to her.
Oh, don't get sentimental. To support greater freedom for them, you must first start by respecting their decisions.
But I just think it's so terrible because we'd all come to really like her, and I can't.
Ah, Marmion. JC, I'm asking Marmion to leave you my private number. If you change your mind within the hour, call me. I shall be en route to Rome.
Rangoon, Mr. Trainsmith.
Rangoon, Rio, Rome, someone in my position, they're all the same. Anyway, plug in, Marmion, plug in, and take over.
Yes, Mr. Trainsmith. This will be the first time I've ever been turned down by an android. Think it over, JC. Goodbye.
You realise what you've done? Classic Oliver Hardy. You've just slammed a door in your own face. And not just in your own, but in every single android's face. Don't you think you owe it to them to accept? No, you're probably right. Why should you? Trainsmith's only offered you the job so he'll look enlightened. The rest of us know he's only done it to try and break the unions. But it'll all be done in the name of progress, so who'll notice? No, you're probably right. Why should you help him? But what about Adam? Don't you think you owe him anything? Doesn't it worry you that he loves you?
He doesn't love me.
He apparently risked his life for you when you weren't even in any real danger. That suggests he's either in love or an idiot.
It was instinctive. All right. Suppose he does love me. Do you think I could bear to watch what happened to him happen again just because he loves me? It's terrifying.
Don't you think the only reason you're terrified at the thought is because you care too much about him to want anything to happen to him? Or to put it more simply, because you love him.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know? What kind of machine are you, for goodness sake? I thought you were supposed to be logical.
Well, not anymore, am I? I'm a mess.
You certainly are. You're not only a mess, you're stupid as well. My mother's food mixer had more sense than you.
Well, why me? You said yourself, there are thousands of us all alike. Am I so special, so unique?
Unique. Now there is a grossly misused word, particularly in this business. No, JC, you are not unique. No one is unique. On any project, the most you can hope for is to be conveniently essential. But forget unique. The road to stardom is strewn with the forgotten bodies of people who were told, usually by some stupid critic, and worse still believed, that they were unique. If you've got any doubts about that, you're looking at one of them.
Then why do you still bother?
Because I still believe I have it in me to create something unique. I'm sorry, Jason, don't even try and understand that.
Oh, excuse me, is an actor with the factory?
Yes, me.
Oh, right.
You won't need all that stuff. She doesn't need restraining. This one's volunteering.
Volunteering?
Yes, she's researching for Mary Queen of Scots, or Mary's Little Lamb, or something. You don't need to do this. You're going way over the top again, you know that.
Won't matter much soon, will it?
Come in then.
Okay. Whoops. Leave them laughing, folks.
Who's been teaching her that? What a waste. All that potential, all that talent. Who cares if it's a human, or an actoid, or a performing parrot? If it makes you laugh, treasure it. Tragedy, you can find that in the street being run over. Ah, the author returns. Just in time, my life's just run out of script.
I saw the van leaving. Was that Uncle Lester?
No, it was JC, in a box.
JC, no. Why?
It's what she wanted, Adam.
Why, JC?
We
Why?
tried to reason with her, but it has to be said she's an extraordinarily unreasonable actoid.
Oh.
Trainsmith even offered her a job.
He did?
Mrs. Pepperbloom's job. Can you believe? He fired Carla.
Well, then why didn't she?
She was only a poor machine. You screwed her up. It was your fault entirely. Poor thing didn't know whether she was coming or going. See you around.
Oh. Why, JC? Why? Why?
Mother, quickly, give me a hand. I don't know, I found up lying backside the road. Let's get on to bed. There you go, lass.
She doesn't look right.
She's not right, we may need to fetch doctor.
Alright, love, can you hear me? Oh, she's that cold, poor thing. I'll fetch her a rug, Father. You're trying to say something, love. What you trying to say, love? What you trying to say, Father?
You shut up a minute, Mother, I might be able to hear her. Come on, lass, what are you trying to say?
I fell off the lorry.
JC!
Adam! Oh, I couldn't go through with it. Charlie was right. I must be in love.
You sang that way to me.
Oh, Adam, I'm so happy.
Oh, and congratulations, regional director.
Oh, yes, I must go, Mr. Trainsmith.
But this won't change anything, will it? You'll still do my show, won't you?
Probably.
Oh, there's no question of probably, JC. It has to be you. You're unique. I'll go and fetch the others. We're going to do it. A whole 2 hours, eh?
Well, I think perhaps 75 minutes, darling.